If you're a barber and you own at least 2 sets of the same clippers and trimmers, one to use and one on standby for whenever it overheats or dies, then you know exactly what I'm about to talk about. Hey, what's up guys? I'm Thomas from Duet and the Barberstyle Directory. And today, I want to introduce you to something that me and my best friend Tyler have been working on for the last 7 years. This is Switch Surge. I co-founded Duet with Tyler because we identified problems with tools that have been frustrating barbers for years. Problems that no other brand would dare to solve. And that's why we decided to take action ourselves. So in this video, I'm gonna break down what the Switch Surge does, why we built it, and honestly, who it's built for. And if you stick around to the end, I think you'll really understand why we say you got next. Because it's not just about the tool, it's about the barber that's using it. Let me be real with you. Over time, my clippers overheating, it conditioned me to cut in a certain way. It forced me to have a backup set of clippers just to get through my day. I shave first, then turn the trimmer off to let it cool down, then do clipper work, then come back to the trimmer for the lineup. That's not a cutting technique, that's a workaround. And if you're working with dense hair textures, like a lot of us are, the motor works harder and the heat builds up even faster. I'm talking blades getting hot by the second or third client. So what does the industry tell you? Spray more Cool Care, take a break, or better yet, just buy another set. Sadly, that's the industry's real solution, buying more of the same broken tools. Now, we didn't start with the Switch Surge. We started with the Switch 1.0, our corded version of the clipper. We tested this thing for 240 hours of continuous use, and it stayed within a comfortable temperature range the entire time. In barber terms, that's about 3.5 weeks of cutting 8 to 10 hours a day, no overheating. So when it came time to go cordless, we took that same cooling technology and made it much better. Switch Surge is the result of 7 years of engineering. This wasn't a rush to market product. Let me show you what actually makes Switch Surge different. It uses active thermal regulation, or what we like to call active air cooling. It monitors blade temperature 1,000 times per second and regulates the temperature 100 times per second. Yes, you heard me correctly. No other cordless clipper on the market does this. And this isn't a marketing gimmick. This is real engineering that works. The cooling base uses positive pressure ventilation. That means it pushes debris out to keep hair from falling back into the power base. Take the attachments off after a long day of cutting, and little to no hair buildup is in the power base. And you can actually hear this technology working. Air actively flowing through the unit. And most clippers don't even have vents. Surge has an entire thermal regulation system. Then there's what we call Surge IQ. It monitors performance 1,000 times per second. Power, temperature, and motor speed. All auto-adjusting based on what it reads in real time. You focus on the fade, and Switch Surge handles everything else. And PowerSense Adaptive Torque, it reads the resistance of the hair that you're cutting and auto-adjusts the motor. Thick, coarse hair that normally bogs down other clippers, the Surge pushes right through it. The motor responds to the texture instead of fighting it. Now, some other brands on the market do use adaptive torque, but no other clipper on the market combines that with active air cooling and real-time intelligence monitoring. Surge IQ ties that all together in one system. This isn't a gimmick. This is real technology that's been tested and works. Here's a question that everybody asks about clippers. Does the battery life actually hold up? Switch Surge delivers up to 3 hours of continuous runtime on a single charge. And here's the part that really matters. You get consistent power from 100% all the way down to 1%. Most cordless clippers start losing power once the battery drops to about 30%. But with Switch Surge, cut number 1 and your last cut feel the exact same and go from empty to a full charge in only 60 minutes. That's a lunch break. And this is a clipper and trimmer in one device. 2 essential tools, 2 power modes, 1 station, no clutter. Another common topic is the corded versus cordless debate. Cordless clippers can actually overheat faster than corded clippers. It's more so about the motor type and housing design, not necessarily the power source. For example, Vector motors actually run the hottest, and that's why we specifically chose a high efficiency brushless motor. And we gave you 2 power modes, normal mode for general cutting and fading, and boost mode for the extra gear we need to power through bulk. The great thing about the Switch Surge is that it's a hybrid. It can be used cordless or plugged in. The adapter has a twist and lock feature to prevent the cord from disconnecting while you use it. So we thought about everything when designing this. So who is the Switch Surge really built for? I want you to think about this for a second. There's a barber out there right now, posting on IG every single day, putting in the work, watching someone else from across the city, maybe someone with less skill, blow up with twice the followers. And they're not bitter, they're just locked in. They know deep down, they can cut with the best of them. That's who this is built for. You Got Next isn't just a tagline that we came up with in a meeting. It's the core of everything we do. Duet and the barbers we serve share the same art, proven, but still hungry, putting the industry on notice. Tyler and I started Barberstyle Directory years before we ever built the product. Tutorials, education, and real talk about the craft, no sales pitch. We built a community of 800,000 followers before we ever asked anyone to buy anything. So when we say you got next, it doesn't land like marketing. It lands like something a genuine person would tell you. If you're early in your career, building your brand and creating content, Switch Surge gives you a station that says something. You're backing a brand that's on the same trajectory as you are. And if you're a veteran cutting all day, you already know the pain of the heat. You felt it in the blades first, then the motor. Switch Surge takes the heat out of the equation entirely. No backup clippers needed, no rearranging your cutting order. And if you own a shop or a barber school, the Surge is a tool that you can confidently recommend. The engineering backs the declaration. Let's talk about the price, $349. At $35 to $60 per haircut, Switch Surge pays for itself in roughly 6 to 10 cuts. Most barbers cut around 8 to 12 clients in a day. So that means the Surge can pay for itself before you even clock out for the day. But here's what nobody actually thinks about. What does tool failure actually cost you? One lost Saturday from a clipper overheating or dying mid-shift, that's 3 to 5 missed clients. $150 to $200 gone. Plus, the reputation hit when a client walks out. Tool failure isn't a maintenance issue, it's a business issue. And think about the replacement cycle. You buy a cheaper cordless clipper for about 150 bucks. It overheats, the battery dies, and it needs replacing in about 18 months. So you buy another one. Over 3 years, you spent $300 to $350 on tools that never even worked right in the first place. Or just buy Switch Surge once at $349 and stop replacing tools. In this economy, trust me, I get it. If the upfront cost is tight, Afterpay breaks it into 4 payments of about $87. Switch Surge earns back its cost before the second payment is even due. Is $349 a lot? Yeah, but barbers that are charging $50 a cut aren't using $150 tools. The investment has to match the ambition. Switch Surge is what happens when barbers solve their own problems. Tyler and I didn't design this by ourselves. We built the team and infrastructure to disrupt this industry with a product that solves real problems. We built Duet to put an end to the frustrations of heat buildup and the hamster wheel of buying multiple tools over and over. The same spray and pray routine that every barber knows. Barbers want freedom, but freedom without power behind it is just a different problem. Switch Surge gives you both. You can get the Switch Surge at duettechnology.com. The link is in the description. Stay in flow and surge ahead. Follow us and join us on this journey because we've got next, and so do you. I'll catch you guys on the next video.